Did you know you can potentially take months, even a full year off your potty training timeline? It sounds amazing, right? But there's a catch. Starting at the wrong time before your child is truly ready doesn't just lead to a bit of frustration. It can backfire spectacularly, leading to some pretty serious problems like chronic constipation, recurring urinary tract infections, and even a long-term genuine fear of the toilet. If they aren't ready, you can find yourself trying for months or even years with absolutely no success, stuck in a cycle of accidents and tears, both theirs and yours. That's absolutely heartbreaking. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm not a doctor. I'm a mom on a mission to read all the parenting books and studies so you don't have to. Welcome to my little corner of evidence-based parenting. So, the good news, you can avoid all of that frustration. You can sidestep the power struggles and the potential health issues. The secret to successful, faster potty training isn't about a magic chart or a special brand of potty. It's all about timing. It's about learning to read the signs your child is sending you. It all comes down to looking for 3 specific signs of readiness, 3 green lights that tell you the time is right. And the first one is the one that surprises most parents. All right, the first green light, the first sign of readiness, has nothing to do with their body. It has to do with their world. The first rule is this: potty training requires a stable, predictable environment. Think about it from their perspective. Toddlers are creatures of habit. They feel safe and secure when their world is familiar, when they know what to expect from one day to the next. Big changes, even ones that seem small or fun to us, can completely rock their world. A family vacation, starting with a new babysitter, even just moving to a different room at daycare, these things can make their little world feel incredibly unpredictable. And of course, the really big stressors, like a new baby arriving, moving to a new home, or the separation of parents, these are definite red flags. During these times, it is not the time to introduce a massive new skill like using the toilet. I want you to think of your toddler's brain like a computer. When a big life change happens, it's like their brain is running a major software update. Let's say you're installing New Baby, XE, or movehouse.pkg. Their little CPU is running at 100%. All of their mental and emotional energy is being used to process this huge new thing. There is literally no leftover processing power to install a brand new complex program like pottytraining.exe. If you try, the system just gets overwhelmed. It crashes. You get error messages in the form of meltdowns, resistance, and accidents. So if you notice your child being extra clingy or suddenly seeming to regress by wanting their diaper back during a time of change, please know this isn't them being difficult. It's their way of seeking comfort and stability in a world that feels shaky. It's them telling you, "Mom, Dad, I just need what's familiar right now." Your job is to listen, wait for the storm to pass. So, you've waited for the calm. Life is stable and predictable. Fantastic. That's when we move to the second green light. Once their emotional world is secure, we need to check if their body is on board. This is where we look for developmental readiness. And there is one key metric here, a simple test you can do right at home. Can your child stay dry for at least 1 to 2 hours at a time? This might seem random, but it's a critical sign. It's not just a fluke, it's a message from their body, telling you that 2 very important things have happened internally. First, it means their bladder has physically grown large enough to hold urine for a significant period. This capacity usually develops sometime between the ages of 2 and 3. Second, and far more importantly, it signals that they are starting to gain conscious muscle control. This isn't just about bladder size, it's about the brain-body connection finally starting to fire on all cylinders. To really understand this, let's break down how bladder control develops. It happens in 3 basic stages. Stage 1 is the reflex phase. This is from birth to about 1 year old. At this point, the bladder empties automatically, like a reflex, whenever it gets full. They have zero control and zero awareness. It just happens. Stage 2 is the awareness phase, which typically happens between 1 and 2 years old. This is the magic window. This is when the nerves connecting the bladder to the brain mature enough for your child to start feeling the sensation of a full bladder for the first time. It's a light bulb moment inside their body. They don't know what to do about it yet, but for the first time, their brain gets the message, hey, something's happening down here. This awareness is the absolute foundation of potty training. Stage 3 is the control phase, which begins to emerge anywhere from age 2 to 4. This is when they develop the ability to consciously hold on for a short period after they feel that full sensation. This is the final piece of the puzzle. That 2-hour dry period is your evidence that they've entered this crucial third stage. So if life is calm and they are consistently passing the 2-hour dry test, you're almost there. But that brings us to the third and, I believe, the most critical sign of all. The one that can secretly sabotage all of your best efforts if you ignore it. This is the final green light, the most critical rule, and it's a non-negotiable one. Your child must be having soft, regular bowel movements. I'm going to be blunt. If their poos are hard, like little pellets, or if they only go every few days and it's a struggle, they are likely constipated. And trying to potty train a constipated child is, without exaggeration, a recipe for disaster. This is the hidden enemy of potty training, and it creates a vicious cycle that is incredibly difficult to break. It starts with pain. A hard stool is painful to pass. Your child feels that pain, and their brain immediately creates an association. The potty equals pain. This leads to fear. To avoid the pain they now associate with pooping, they start to become hesitant. They begin to actively hold in their stool. And often, they'll start holding in their pee too, because the muscles are linked and they're just scared of the whole process. And this is the part that no one tells you about. This is the physiological damage. When they hold it in, that stool builds up in their colon, creating a large, hard, impacted mass. This mass physically stretches the bowel wall day after day. Now, here are the shocking consequences of that stretched bowel. A bowel that has been stretched like this loses its ability to contract properly. Think of it like an elastic waistband that's been stretched out for weeks. It loses its snap. It becomes weak and ineffective, making it even harder to push the poop out. Even more insidiously, the nerves in that stretched bowel wall become less sensitive. This is so important. Your child literally, physically cannot feel when they need to go anymore. The signal from the bowel to the brain is broken. They aren't being lazy or defiant. The message isn't even being sent. This leads to what parents call soiling. That's when runny, liquid stool from higher up in the colon sneaks around the hard blockage and leaks out into their underwear. From a parent's view, it looks like diarrhea, but it's actually a hallmark sign of severe constipation. And because your child can't feel it, they are often shamed for an accident they had no ability to prevent. Finally, that large, hard mass in the bowel puts constant pressure on the bladder, which sits right in front of it. This reduces the bladder's capacity and can trigger unexpected wetting accidents day and night. When a child is dealing with this cascade of physiological problems, successful training becomes, as one pediatric specialist put it, near impossible. Learning about how severely constipation can impact potty training was a huge eye-opener for me. Have you ever dealt with this challenge? Share your experience in the comments. It could really help another parent feeling stuck. Okay, I know hearing all of that can be stressful. The fear of constipation, the stages of development, it can feel like a lot. So let's just take a breath together. Let's reframe this. This isn't a race or a test you can fail. This is biology. The biological reality is that a child's body develops on its own, unique schedule. Between the ages of 2 and 4, they are only just beginning to gain reliable control. It's a brand new skill for their brain and body. And even when they start to get it, you have to manage your expectations. In the beginning, their control is very limited. They can typically only empty their bladder when it's completely full. They can't just try to go on command before you leave the house. That ability comes much, much later. This is normal. Understanding their physical limitations is a gift. It removes the pressure for perfection. It allows you to step out of the role of a drill sergeant and into the role of a patient, understanding coach. You're on their team, not just their manager. So let's bring it all home. To set your child and yourself up for a fast, smooth, and positive potty training journey, you just need to wait for the 3 green lights. Number 1, a stable, calm life, free from major changes. Number 2, developmental readiness, proven by their ability to stay dry for 1 to 2 hours. And number 3, a healthy gut, meaning absolutely no constipation. If you've checked all 3 boxes and are ready to go, I've created a free toilet training essentials guide to make sure you have everything you need. The link is in the description. If you found this advice helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. It truly helps me continue making these guides for you. Also, a quick heads up, content like this is often targeted by platforms, so a video this detailed might not be here forever. Be sure to save it so you can come back to it when the time is right.